Hey everyone, Pat Mesiti, and just when you thought you heard it all, the fearmongers continue. The science people continue with their non-science science, and it boggles my mind how people are not seeing, well, actually people are seeing through it, to be honest with you. It's just the fact that the people that should be seeing it don't want to see it, and there is none so blind as those that will not see. We are now facing, this is what came out, a tridemic. What is that? Is that 3 tries in the state of origin tonight, or what are these people going on about? See, they've over-ordered their stock. So now, like any business, they've got to move the stock, and the fire sale is on. And the fire is basically the fire of fear. These people live on fear. And I've got to say, we've seen all this, and they're going through the science, as my friend Topher Field says. We're still waiting to see science. We're still waiting to see facts, figures, numbers, costs, real stuff. And that's why when Rowan Dean says, we need a Royal Commission, and by the way, I believe Rowan Dean ought to be the one that asks the serious questions, likes of him and Alan Jones. We really need to get answers. And the problem is, we already know the answers. Well, those that are awakened know the answers. Those that are living in Dupeville, which is close to Wokeville, Dupetopia, Woketopia, which is close to Dumbtopia, they're all part of this craziness, a tridemic. What is it? Is it like the Three Stooges? Lowe, Curly, and Larry? What is it? What is this? Can someone on this page explain to me what it is besides fear-mongering, nonsense, and stupid? And of course, 7 million people in Australia now, you qualify for your next level. I wonder how that's going. Probably not well. That's why they got to keep regurgitating the fear. The fact is that people now have become immunized against stupidity, against fear. At least a great majority of people are anyway. And the fear-mongering at some point, including that of the mainstream media, at some point is going to unravel in an unholy mess for these people. And let me just say this about the Liberal Party. A report came out today that they're going to be moving around seats in New South Wales, the New South Wales Liberal Party. This is kind of like telling me they're going to rearrange the seats on the Titanic. Firstly, I think Peter Dutton is far too silent right now. I don't get it. Maybe he doesn't have a lot to say. Who the heck knows? His deputy needs to certainly shut her mouth on certain issues. But the silence is so loud from the Liberal Party. And if they think they're going to win more votes by going centre and left, they're kidding themselves. And incidentally, while I'm at it, these exponents of climate change fear-mongering, you people have lost the plot. Look at what's happening with the floods. Look at what's happening all over the world. And you're still pushing this nonsense, this unscience science, based on fools like Tim Flannery, who's been wrong so many times. I tell you what, if you were wrong that many times in an exam at school, you'd get a big F, failed. Now, we need to be vigilant and we need to be aware. So what can we do? Because people say, Pat, well, you're always highlighting the problem, but you're not highlighting some answers. Well, number one, you've got to stay awake. And number two, you've got to know some facts and figures. Number three, if the Liberal Party want to make any difference, they better get back to their right. Their right. because their left isn't working. Didn't work for Turnbull, didn't work for Morrison. And sadly, we now in Australia are reaping the harvest of what Scott Morrison did to this nation. Now, Albanese isn't helping, especially Penny Wong. If you didn't listen to my talk the other day, Penny Wong meant Mr. Wang, and now it's all gone Wong for Australia. She carries far too much authority, methinks. And her and, a couple of those mean girls in that place, it won't be long before Albanese gets the right foot of fellowship. Mark my words, you heard it here, won't take long. It will not take long, because now even the Greens are mad at him and upset with him, and the Teals are all mad and upset with him. And of course, one of the reasons they ought to be mad at him is that he's never around. He's too busy globetrotting, doing another Kevin 07 on us. But guys, we want to stay awake. Number two, we want to be people that are informed and not ill-informed. And number three, I want to encourage you to keep sharing these videos. I only wanted to make today short and sweet because when I came across this Tridemic, I just couldn't help myself. And if it wasn't so sad, it would be funny. And they use these, what's the word I'm after? They use these weapons, if I could call them, of fear to hide what's really going on under our noses, because they are not serving our interests as a country. And my third challenge is that the pulpits of Australia need to start waking up and speaking truth. Do you know, I don't get why we still are so silent. At least I'm not in the church. And people are so silent. When you look at people over in the United States, they were not silent. They stood their ground, and they really have made a great difference. Our pulpits are so woke and so driven by cancel culture that it's actually sickening. And it's sickening for many, many reasons. The reason why Australians now say that, we're down in our numbers in churches, because church has forgotten to be a moral compass. I'm going to be doing something special in the next few weeks with a particular magazine as to why I believe the church, the body of Christ, is dwindling in numbers. And don't tell me that it's not, because it is. All you've got to look at some of these mega palaces and their numbers, gone from 4 or 5 services to 1. And if you're lucky, you'll fill that. And I don't rejoice in that, by the way. I think it's quite sad. But the reason is because, number one, no one's standing for anything. Number two, people are looking for a moral compass, and they certainly don't have one. Same as a Liberal Party. They're not giving us a north at all. Number three, they're failing to stand on what really matters. Number four, they're not challenging anything. They're not being salt. They're not being light, which, by the way, light sometimes can, give you a bit of a shock, and salt stings and salt purges. But they're none of that. To me, the favorite color of the church right now is beige. Beige. And it's sad. It's sad for a lot of reasons, because it's gone a long way from the days of Wilberforce and Finney and Booth and some of the great revivalists. Anyway, that being said, the latest is the Tridemic. Be aware of it. Don't fall for it. I know you awaken ones, you're not going to. And please, for those of you in the Liberal Party that listen to what I say, or care to sort of at least half listen, stop arranging the chairs on the Titanic and start looking at your policies and start looking at the people that have supported you, and get back to your north. Get back to the basics. Get back to the party that Robert Menzies actually stood for. Not the woke-topian culture that you guys have created. Anyway, short and sweet today. Sunday, by the way, I've got a cracker of a message coming up on Sunday. Look forward to sharing that with you. And I'll come back later in the week with some more stuff to say. Hey, please share, like, subscribe. We love you all and we appreciate you very much. God bless you.